We welcome you to Revel and BYB 35 Albuquerque Brawl. The action being brought to you by Chaise Farms, along with Clue nicotine pouches, the world's most awarded nicotine pouch, setting a new standard in a new category. If you want to stop vaping, let us give you a clue, along with Master Sound Productions. This contest set for 5 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. Scoring the action, we have Alan Dominguez, along with Chris Chaise and Anthony Romero. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters wearing gray with black trim on the scale. He registered an official 130 1/4 pounds. Tonight, this collegiate wrestler, an MMA fighter with over 50 professional bouts, enters the world of bare knuckle, making his BYB debut from Waterloo, and now fighting in Des Moines, Iowa, Nate Teddy Bear Williams. His opposition in the red corner. He enters wearing black trunks with gold lettering. He weighed in at 131 pounds. Now, this baby-faced boxer brings his technical skills and slick footwork into the smallest surface in combat sports, making his bare knuckle debut from Mansfield, Ohio, Chaise Nelson.
Our tale of the tape for this first fight of the night, brought to you by Chaise Farms. Chaise Nelson, 27 years old. He will have a 6.5-inch reach advantage. He is 7 inches taller than his opponent, Nate Williams. Nelson and Williams.
All right, you guys know the rules. Obey what I say at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Keep it clean, keep it professional. Let's go. Ready? Ready? Fight!
Here we go. The teddy bear, Nate Williams, in the white and black trunks, starting in the southpaw stance. He fights out of a switch stance, which he does very quickly. Chaise Nelson in the black and silver trunks.
And right there, they get caught in the dirty fighting.
Go in behind the head. Go in behind. Stop!
I have to say something about this nickname, the teddy bear. Let's not get confused. This is a man that has over 56 fights. There is no teddy bear in Nate Williams.
Very true, very true. And his wrestling teammate, of all people in high school, gave him the nickname he chose to stay with it. Fought 125 in mixed martial arts. Fought at 125 more often than not. This fight at 130, so it's right in his wheelhouse, buddy.
Yeah, and he's already 36 years old, so, you know, when was the last time you weighed 130 pounds? Just saying. Just don't worry, don't answer.
26? 60?
Very straight up, Williams.
And so far, Williams working his game plan, because he told us, use the clinch, stay tight, punish the body, uppercuts, dirty boxing. He said, I don't do boxing gloves. And that's his plan with all that MMA experience. Chaise Nelson is a slick, talented boxer, and he wants to get some distance like he is here now and start to showcase his striking skills.
Well, he has to take advantage of the fact that he is the bigger man in the Mighty Trigon. But you got to understand, when you have somebody with that type of experience and grit like Nate Williams, and he rushes Nelson and goes underneath the guard. But now it's Nelson who's taking advantage of his reach. Oh, that's a knockdown. Knockdown. It was a beautiful left.
3, 4.
There you see that slick southpaw.
7.
In fact, Claudia, when Brandon Burr talked in a previous fight about training with a slick southpaw, Chaise said, I'm that slick southpaw that Brandon Burr was talking about.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Fight is a fight, all about speed, footwork, and knowing your range, and he found his range there, scoring the knockdown in round number 1.
It took him a little bit because Nate Williams is slick.
Fight!
Nate Williams knows how to get underneath,
Yep.
inside. He's got that wrestling and MMA. Chaise knows that, though. And Chaise with a crisp 1-2.
The connectivity there was 100%, and now is Nate Williams, yes, who connects with a beautiful left.
And again, Chaise Nelson starting to find that range, putting that 1-2 together. Final seconds of round number 1 of our first fight of the night. For the start of round number 2, this fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Nate Williams, fighting out of Iowa. White and black trunks. Chaise Nelson, fighting out of the great Buckeye State, with a left that landed massively. No knockdown there, but that was a heavy punch that you could hear.
That was a knockdown. That's why he's getting the safety count. But still, I mean, the way he recovered, I am happily surprised with the way Nate Williams just assimilates the punishment. That left is going in on cue, Goldie, and I think that's what I'm looking for, because that's how Chaise Nelson wants to finish this fight.
He calls himself a slick counter puncher. First combat sport for Chaise Nelson was karate at age 4. Former Team USA member, 9-time national amateur champion, 21-3 with the gloves on. Chaise Nelson. Claudia Chaise has been in camps with Devin Haney, Shakir Stevenson, Edgar Berlanga. He has been around some of the best of the best. And
if anybody knows anything about Shakur, it's his speed.
Yes.
He's one of the highly touted fighters at this point in time.
Speaking of speed, Chaise says he feels faster with the gloves off. BYB, he calls another platform to show that I am elite. Midway point of round number 2.
Stop! Don't punch. Break. Fight!
So a knockdown scored by Nelson in the first, a knockdown scored by Nelson here in the second.
Yeah, that left is going in on cue, and he's going right behind the triangle that's going to connect into Williams' chin.
Stop! Don't
He's looking
punch.
for that precise punch.
Fight!
Working out of the orthodox stance throughout this fight thus far. And that left has been his go-to. Good head movement by Nelson. Williams wraps him up.
There's a lot of blood in Chaise Nelson's hand, the right hand.
Fight!
And I'm trying to see where the damage is, because I don't see blood in Williams' face.
That's a good point.
So there's a lot of blood in that right hand, but I don't see, I think it's more damage on the hand, and that's why he's relying on the left.
Left is working.
Well, it is, but yeah, it is the right hand that's hurting.
Yep.
10 seconds, stop at the bell, stop at the bell.
Final seconds of round number 2 of our first fight of the night.
Time!
It's flawless.
He's good to go. Round 3 is underway. Mansfield, Ohio's Chaise Nelson against Des Moines, Iowa's Nate Williams. Switch stance for Williams. Looking to get inside like he was able to do Claudia early in round number 1.
You know what? I would like to say that he's using that to throw Chaise Nelson off, but I really think he's very uncomfortable. He hasn't been able to find his distance.
Stop!
And he's already been knocked down twice. So he's out of rhythm.
He was about to find his wrestling a moment ago.
Yep.
Chaise Nelson, whatever's happening with that right hand, he just threw it there. He's throwing doubles with the left, though, and they are landing.
He's definitely relying on that left constantly, and it's a 45. It's a hook, but not quite, and
yes.
It's not a straight. It's a 45. Brings a lot of power with that left, too.
In the corner.
Stop!
Minute
Break.
into round 3.
Fight!
Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Mike Goldberg, Claudia Trejos, great to be here in Duke City, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I just can't get away from that smile on Nelson's face. He's not in a fight. He's really enjoying this moment.
Gave a lot of credit to Julian Lane, who he has known since he said, a little kid. This is his first time officially fighting without the gloves on.
Yeah, they're both having their debut right here on BYB.
Watch for a little bit of an arm drag he utilized too, as he tries to work space to land that big left of it. Man, that's a snappy jab, isn't it?
He did say he was working to use that jab because he says one of his more proficient skills is that jab and the speed behind it. So it becomes a whip.
And when he said everything I do works on my jab. My jab first big punch landing for Williams. I just thought how proud you were and how proud Paulie would be to hear that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, hey, start with the jab.
Always.
That's magic to the Magic Man.
It's the discipline. It takes a lot of stamina. It takes a lot of being aware of where you're at and your distance. It takes a lot to be able to stay behind the jab, and it opens all kinds of opportunities for different combinations. Like that. He's the bigger man with the bigger reach.
Yep.
So, you know, you got to go hide the trophy, especially when your left is the only thing you got.
Time! Round number 4. Nate Williams, Chaise Nelson, asked about the greatest influence in the life of Nate Williams said his greatest influence, Benson Henderson, the smooth one. He said the way he conducts himself, he's a child of God. And Nate Williams has trained with Benson and the team at the MMA lab in Glendale, Arizona. How much does he admire Benson?
His son.
Correct.
Is called Benson.
Yep.
Oh, we were there.
Yep.
There's a lot of pride in that.
And Benson, one of the great guys in combat sports. So shout out to the smooth one, Benson Henderson.
Watch your head.
So far, Nelson working through the damaged right hand. When we were in commercial break, not just the cutman working on it, but the doctor took a look at it as well. Fight continues. The knockdowns are the big difference thus far in this matchup, if it goes to the scorecard. And
it's Nate Williams who's closing the gap, constantly putting pressure on Nelson.
Time!
Yeah. Well, because he can't really close his hand. Look at the hand.
That was an eye poke. Yeah. Where's your corner? Can you get a towel to wipe his eye?
And a boxer, even without a damaged hand, is used to having that glove on, so the fingers aren't concerned.
Yeah.
Accidental, yes.
Looks like Nate Williams will be fine. And when you have been in as many mixed martial arts battles as he's been, he's probably, unfortunately, experienced this before. Here it is, Claudia.
Okay, stay there. Keep your hands closed. Watch your eyes, okay? Ready? Ready? Fight!
So
just him bridging off,
Yeah, it was the thumb.
So accidental, fight continues. Midway point of round number 4. This one scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Chaise Nelson in the black and silver trunks, white and black trunks for Nate Teddy Bear Williams. That was a takedown, not a knockdown.
Well, there goes more wrestling techniques right there. But, you know, it's kind of weird because it's not customary to keep your jab so stiff in front of you. And usually the refs will hold you back and tell you, you know, pull it back. So the fact that there was an eye poke caused by that, I want to question that.
Nelson delivers. Williams is one tough guy. That takedown was more like a snap down for the very experienced mixed martial artist.
I gotta tell you, Williams will not take this easy. He's not gonna let this fight go just because he went down twice. He's really looking for that opportunity to land a good haymaker, but is Nelson who's taking the distance, taking his time, and really just going across the ring.
Both men making their bare knuckle and BYB debuts, and here we are in round number 4. Williams trying to utilize the clinch. Could not get his dirty boxing going in that exchange. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
There's a lot of frustration on Nate Williams. Oh, see, that's what he's looking for. Short distance, keep it tight, those big uppercuts.
Final round. Super featherweight fight has been spectacular. Chaise Nelson, the fighting pride of Mansfield, Ohio, against Des Moines, Iowa's teddy bear, Nate Williams.
But there is a slight cut at the edge of the right eye.
Yes.
I am very impressed. Nate can definitely take a punch. It's always very weird when you go from glove boxing to non-glove or bare knuckle. That sensation of bone to bone, it usually throws people off. But he is like a fish in water. He has absolutely no problem.
A lot of guys point out too, Claudia, that and in MMA, they have the small gloves, the 4-ounce gloves. So it's not bare knuckle, but it's much closer than glove boxing.
True.
Way closer.
True. But like William said, it gives you a false sense of security, and that's why you throw those hands, and then you end up injuring your hands.
Trying to put the pressure on here in the fifth and final round. Nate Williams.
He's got to close really, really strong right now, and that's what Nate Williams is looking for. Bring that output just a little higher in order to convince the judges. Because those 2 knockdowns in the first 2 rounds, that's basically going to take the fight away from him.
90 seconds remain. Partner, this is the way to start our main card tonight here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You heard the landing that time on the chin of Williams.
Williams can definitely take a punch, and Chaise Nelson. Why can't I have that Nelson?
Yeah, Nelson.
Right. I don't know.
See? Sarab.
Sarabia.
Not rolling. I do not have that down. Chaise Nelson with a knockdown in the first and a knockdown in the second. So you look at 2 10-8 rounds in a 5-round fight, and you get the feeling that Nate Williams has 45 seconds to earn a victory.
Yep.
And in so doing, he's got to finish Chaise Nelson.
We've seen that happen before.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised, but still, mathematically speaking, in my card, which is obviously not official, I have Nelson taking this win.
Williams just landed a right hand.
And a left.
Yep, and an uppercut.
No, he's really looking to close the gap, finish strong, but he's got to go for the knockdown.
This is a Midwest showdown between Iowa and Ohio, and it is about to go the distance. What?
After going all 5 rounds inside of the mighty Trigon, we go to the scorecards to determine a winner. Judges Romero and Tellez scored about identically at 49-44, and Judge Dominguez scores at 48-45. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Chaise Nelson!
Big difference with those knockdowns.
Yep.
Could have been a 48-47 on the one card. Nonetheless, Chaise Nelson victorious. First time without the gloves. He will visit with Danielle.
Chaise, congratulations on your bare knuckle debut. You had a smile on your face for the majority of the fight. Is it safe to say that you enjoyed it?
I did. I broke both hands in the fight. Both my hands are smoked. I tried to give you guys the best I could do. Hey, he's tough. Respect to him. He's a true warrior. I got nothing but respect for him. Thank you. Seriously.
He is absolutely tough. You guys put on a great show. You train with former BYB champion Brandon Burr and some of the greats at Slaughterhouse. What influence did they have on you during this camp?
He's a true warrior. We knew he was going to try to come in and just rush forward and impress me. And Burr, that's all he does. So he got me ready for this fight. So did Ben Wilford from Strong Style. He's a beast too. So shout out to them guys. Thank you so much.
Congratulations and welcome to BYB.
Thank you.